Okay, so have we hit winter season? I don't know, I'm seeing what looks like snow, but I'm not sure. Hopefully it stays like that. Not that it would matter so much to the engines. Thomas and Emily have been good friends since their first meet and greet, although it seems now there will be more to come between them and how they do their jobs.
She thought he could be doing an even grander job, so Emily decided to help Thomas by telling him what he was doing wrong. When she saw him puffing down the branch line, she cried out, "Slow down! You are going too fast and bumping your passengers."
Oh no, that's not the way to do things, Emily. I mean, some people do get by being blunt, but you're still kind of new. That's a little too upfront. And Thomas sure didn't appreciate it. Nor did it end. Emily continued to chase down Thomas for everything he was doing. Doesn't she have her own work to do today? Thomas thought it was pretty intrusive.
Annie and Clarabelle agreed. "I am never going to listen to Emily ever again," said Thomas. So there. The next morning, a sleepy Thomas had to leave Tidmouth's sheds bright and early. He was to collect some trucks from the quarry and take them to the docks.
Wow, we have not seen that groggy face in a long time. And I don't know, Thomas, that claim of never listening to Emily seems like a bit of a stretch. Just like Henry's claim back in the Wishing Tree episode. How long can he go with doing that? I don't know, and I don't believe it. Worse was yet to come, though, when Top Hat came to tell the engines they needed snowplows with heavy snow coming their way.
"Thomas has already left for the quarry." "Then you must find Thomas and tell him Sir Topham wants him to wear his snowplough." So Emily puffed away to get her snowplough fitted.
Well, for the devoted fans, we should all know where this is headed. Thomas is notorious for not liking snow or his snowplow. So how well do you think this will go over with Emily having to tell Thomas to wear something he doesn't like, and it's coming from someone he doesn't like hearing it from? It's just not going to happen. And yet Emily was excited about this opportunity. How?
"Thomas, you must go and get your snowplough fitted." Thomas could hear what Emily was saying, but pretended he couldn't. He thought he was being very clever. So Emily tooted even louder again. "You must go and get your snowplough fitted."
Of course, Mr. Cheeky Buffers thinks he's super smart. I don't know how, being that he's rudely ignoring Emily. And again, with her telling him what to do, I could see why he's doing so. Finally, Thomas got so annoyed with Emily's commands that he left in a huff and told Emily off. Hey, at least he didn't throw in any curses. Save it for Ernest the engine car and others.
Thomas delivered the trucks to the quarry, then set off to collect the cream from the dairy. Everything was going well.
And we all know what that musical key change means, as well as the drastic change in sky colors. But Thomas wasn't aware of this. He thought Emily's orders were coming from her, and that the weather wasn't going to reverse course. Oh, how wrong he was. Well, good luck getting home, Mr. Numero Uno. Better call Terrence again.
Then the snow gathered into drifts and covered the tracks. "Cinders and ashes!" cried Thomas as his wheels began to slip. Snow fell all over the island. Emily cut safely through the drifts with her snowplow.
All right, so from those two comparative shots, I'm sure it's clear as to who's going to have a harder time getting home, which soon became true. The snow continued to fall, and with that, Thomas continued to get slower and slower, until he just had to stop. Maybe he'll turn into a snowman like Oliver from last season. Maybe.
Thomas felt very cold and twice as miserable. Then he heard the sound of an engine. Thomas was delighted until he saw who his rescuer was. It was Emily.
Yeah, I'm sure that grinded his gears. Just who he wanted to see and tell him, "I told you so." He even tried having Emily apologize for being the way she was lately, and she just threw it back on him for not listening to her. Top Hat wanted an apology too, since he felt he wasn't being listened to either, when Emily felt bad for Thomas getting into trouble later.
"I'm sorry, sir," said Emily. "I forgot to tell Thomas it was your idea." "You mean I have two engines that don't listen?" boomed the Fat Controller. "Well, I never. Emily, You must take Thomas to get his snowplough fitted at once.
Oh, nice! What a beatdown Top Hat just served these two. It's about time they both got put in their place. Obviously, Emily being more of the troublemaker, but still, they both needed correcting. And with that, the two went to the works and were putting time out together. Just kidding. They reconciled their differences. Sort of.
Thank you for owning up, said Thomas. You are a very good friend. That's all right, said Emily. You're a good friend too, but next time if you want to stay out of trouble, just do what I say. Even Thomas had to laugh.
Oh, good. Glad he found that funny. This was an interesting story to watch unfold for a couple reasons. Aside from the one misunderstanding Thomas and Emily had from Emily's new coaches of Season 7, these two haven't had another story involving only them. This is the first time, though, we are seeing Emily make a mistake, too. This is okay, because fans can't expect Emily to be perfect either. She's got growing to do, too, and perhaps this method of teaching someone isn't the right way. Obviously. Although the ending to this episode makes me wonder whether or not she knows that. It's intriguing because it kind of reflects Thomas's own teasing personality. It's nice when Thomas gets some of his own medicine. At the same time, though, hopefully Emily learned a lesson here, too. It was also good to have her realize her fault in not specifying where she got her direction from. It's not decent, it's just an okay episode, story-wise. However, the voice work from Angelis is great. Hearing Emily spoken through Angelis with a Scottish accent is fun. And there was also his lines for Top Hat when he scolded both her and Thomas. Good stuff. The visuals were pleasing to look at as much as I don't like snow. No new areas were featured here, but there were shots of Tidmouth Sheds, Maithwaite Station, and the works. If anything, seeing Thomas roll, then break, and slide consecutively a couple times on the tracks was a neat visual trick. For music, Welk and Hartshorn utilized both Thomas and Emily's themes very well. Both are very enjoyable to listen to. Next episode is Don't Tell Thomas. Thanks for watching.